Hello and welcome to the Masterclass with Steel Realty Group. Today we're going to be talking about how to increase the value of your home by 10 to 20% above market value, guaranteed using the Steel Blueprint. We're going to show you how to do this without spending your own money, managing multiple contractors and service providers, or wasting tons of time doing research. Today, let's start off and talk about the 3 tools that we're going to give you access to. The first tool that we're going to give you access to is our book, How to Sell Your Home for More. Our book details how to increase the value of your home by 10 to 20% above market value, guaranteed. This book includes a detailed overview of the most important upgrades, case studies, and how to manage contractors. But that's not all. A few other topics in this book, we talk about timing, broker selection, home staging, pricing strategy, home preparation, pre-inspection, online, offline marketing, home warranty, occupancy status, closing condition. It goes on and on. About 50 pages of really valuable information. This is over 20 years of experience that I've put a lot of time, so you know exactly what to do when you're thinking of selling your house, how to increase the value, how to put yourself in a position where your house stands not just above, but apart, and it just shines compared to the competition. The other thing that we're going to give you access to is our video library that shows you some of the most important upgrades to do to your home. We're also going to give you access to our case study video library of before and after. Now, we just published 5 new videos of our most recent listings of before and afters on our remodels and our flips. And talk about a picture saying 1,000 words, wait till you see a video, right? It works. If you do more, you can get more. If you're thinking of selling your house and you want to know how to increase the value, that's what this presentation today is all about. Who is this training for? We're looking for really cool people. Now, what's the definition of really cool people? Well, the more we understand what your goals are and your expectations, and we know we can meet those and exceed those, then we have a pretty good chance of working together. After doing this for 20 years, I've figured out it's a lot more fun to work with people that you're on the same page and the same team with. Okay, we're also looking for homeowners that are looking for excellence and understand if you do more, you're going to get more. We're looking for motivated sellers that are looking for a real estate advisor, not just a real estate broker, and a full service experience, preparing, pricing, and selling your home for the greatest possible price. Now, who is this training not for? Anyone who would have a problem or feel insulted with me delivering some value around the problems and available solutions in the real estate market, and then present an offer to work together. Now, remember, I said we're looking for an alignment of expectations. Look, if you want to sell your $2 million house for $5 million, and that might not just be possible, hey, I have to be truthful. Now, that's all I can do is, I might not always tell you what you want to hear, but I am going to do the best to share and present what potentially all of us need to hear. And, my goal is just to be real and see if I can help and add value. So looking for, again, really cool people to work with. My promise to you. All right, let's have some fun on this one. I'm going to show you where and what to invest in to increase the value of your house when selling it. Just because you paint your wall pink doesn't mean it will increase the value of your home. I'm going to show you how to determine your current market value and your above market value. I'm going to talk about pricing and listing strategies. I'm going to show you how to save time and uncertainty with our Steel Realty Group one-stop approach. I'm going to show you how to do all this without spending your own money. I'm going to share a story about a seller that missed out on over $150,000 of potential profit in their pocket. I'm going to share this story with you so you have a better understanding of why it is that we're not just your normal listing brokerage company, and the more you'll have a better understanding of the services that we offer. In this instance, the seller was not aware of the listing services that we provided at Steel Realty Group. They had already listed the property for sale. It was on the market for $775,000. After 10 days, they had no offers. I presented them with a cash offer, no contingencies, for $735,000, and they accepted it. I invested a little over $200,000 in a remodel. It took about 60 days. I sold the property for $1,305,000. The home sold in 5 days. Had the seller been aware of our services, they could have potentially made a lot more money. We have listing packages that include the remodel management, and we even have packages that help sellers with the upfront of this. Now, for example, if they would have put $5,000, $10,000, or maybe even $25,000, let's call it $30,000 in their house, some paint, some carpet, made the house look good, feel good, smell good, the market might have paid $800,000 or $900,000 if that we decided to partner together. We have another listing service called Equity Partners, where we do the work. If we're putting an abundance amount of work and time in our experience, whether in this scenario, hundreds of thousands of dollars into a property, if we would have partnered with the seller, they would have received a guaranteed sale price of the market value. For an example, let's call the market value $735,000. And then when we sold the property, we could have shared and split the profits, yielding the seller hundreds of thousands of dollars more just for partnering with us and waiting a few extra months. Is it worth it? It's not for everybody, but it is for somebody. But we have not all of our listings, need $300,000 of remodel. Some of them just need cosmetic packages. Let me tell you a story about the neighbor of this unit. Like, this is a townhouse, so there's an adjoining unit. The neighbor, his name was Greg. Greg saw what we did, and he was wondering, hey, can you do this for us? So we designed a plan for Greg to figure out how to maximize a listing strategy that met his goals. And Greg's unit was a different floor plan, a little bit smaller, but we designed a package. We put about $60,000 into Greg's house. We put a new kitchen in, we remodeled the bathrooms, and we did some paint and some flooring and designed some light fixtures. I mean, the place just turned out beautiful. Greg's unit, it sold for $1 million. Now, before we met Greg, his unit might have sold for maybe $750,000. So with a $60,000 remodel, and I think that a turnaround time on that was about 45 days, and his place sold for $1 million. In this scenario, Greg kept the profit. So, but don't take my word for it. I talked about the before and after video library we're going to share with you. The remodel that I spoke of in Redmond that we purchased for $735,000 and sold for $1,305,000. See the video. You'll see what it looked like before and then what it looked like after. Greg's house, we have all the video. We don't just tell you what we do. We want to show you what we do. I want to share one more success story with you. This is a seller that we just successfully sold their home in Woodinville, and with no out-of-pocket expense, they made an additional $200,000. The clients found us on YouTube. After reaching out, we met in person and we assessed the current value of the home at $1.6 million. We designed a plan to put $20,000 of listing preparation into the house. And we also included, at no additional charge, a luxury staging package. We did all this within a matter of about a week and a half. We put the house on the market. We listed it for $1,775,000. And after 5 days on the market, we had multiple offers and the home sold for $1.8 million. That's an extra $200,000 value increase from when we met. And this was achieved through our listing preparation, our staging. We have marketing, luxury flyers, luxury print. I mean, you name it, we've done it. We enhanced this house so when buyers walk through, it looked good, it feel good, it just smelled good. And it created that frenzy where multiple people said, I want to make this home mine. Now, the seller, we got reimbursed the $20,000 at closing. We included the luxury staging package at no cost. The video that we're going to share with you, the 5, this one's included. Okay, with that said, who am I? My name is Matt Steele. I have been crafting my trade for over 20 years. I'm a licensed, bonded, insured general contractor. I'm the owner of Steele Realty Group. I'm the owner of Intech Staging, which is Bellevue's luxury staging company. I'm an investor. I love success. I love business. I love real estate. And I've designed a product that I call it the zero sum listing proposition. It costs you absolutely nothing to work with me. I actually make you money. If I can increase the value of your house that far exceeds the amount that we charge in commission, why would we not work together? It all comes down to trust and timing. And that's one of the reasons that I'm putting myself out there so we have a better understanding of who I am and what our business is and if it's a good fit. With that said, I do believe that actions speak louder than words. Take a look at our YouTube channel so you can watch and see with your own eyes what it is we do. Read our reviews from our clients so you can see what they're saying about us. On our Google business page, Matt Steele Real Estate Broker, you can see our 5-star reviews. On Steele Realty Group, our reviews are there as well. We have our reviews on Zillow. If you just Google Matt Steele Real Estate Broker, you'll see articles in the Seattle Times, the New York Times, the Seattle PI. I've been doing this for 20 years. I have been involved in over 1,000 real estate transactions. Our staging company, Intech Staging, we stage over 500 houses a year. We own the warehouse. We own the inventory. We have designed a listing business that helps clients sell their house for the greatest possible amount that meets their goals and their circumstances. But with that said, do your research so you know we're legit. All right, let's get into the agenda. Number 1, the problems sellers are facing right now. Number 2, the solutions to these problems. Number 3, the tools to help you stand out from the competition. Okay, let's talk about the 4 major problems that most sellers are facing today. One of the biggest ones is no time to plan, prepare, and execute. Often, even if our clients have the time, they value having a professional handle the whole entire process. But it's not uncommon for our clients to be relocating and they have a list of things to do. They're busy professionals. We have a lot of clients that are retiring and they have bigger things on their plate than handling the preparation and getting everything ready to sell the house. And one of the biggest ones is out-of-state sellers. Either you inherited the house or it's an investment property. We have designed our business to make sure that if you want to handle some or none of the process, that's okay. But it is our goal to be able to assist you with the needs that you have. And when it comes to selling your house, we can take care of every single aspect of it. When you watch our videos, you'll see that we help people with trying to relocate. We help people relocate. We pack their house. We manage the movers. We work with the painters, the contractors, the pre-inspections, the home staging, every single aspect of preparing the house and selling the house. That is what our job is. I would say the second biggest problem that sellers are facing today is lack of funds, or if they do have funds, where to invest those funds. It's not uncommon to see these houses that are on the market that they just need love, they need attention, and an extra $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000, like how much that can really improve the value of your house. I mean, but it does leave opportunities for buyers. But we're talking about sellers today, and to see them leaving money on the table, it's a bummer. But then there are sellers, they put money into the property, but they put it in the wrong area. Like you need to know, like when you're painting a house. Do you do the walls and the ceilings and the trim work? Do you paint the ceilings in flat, or do you do satin? Like you see sellers that they paint the house, but they'll put a sheen on the ceiling, and you walk in the room and there's just this, gloss on the ceiling that reflects the light compared to putting a flat up there. It removes imperfections and it just looks clean. And on the walls, you use a nice eggshell or a satin that's washable. But if you're selling it, you can also go with a flat. Like you can even paint the walls and ceiling the same color if you go with the right color white, and it looks modern. And you save a lot of money by doing those 2 colors the same. And the trim work, can it be cleaned or does it need to be touched up? Is it, what color should it be? Should you go with a white or a gray? Or if it's woodwork, what do you do? Like when you look in your house, like what can you do to improve the value of it? This is where you just got to really look at all of the encompassing, everything in one, and just say, okay, how much time do we have? And how much money do we want to invest into this? Because it doesn't always make sense to, get the maximum amount out of your house. Like if you can spend $25,000 to make $100,000, you have to question, does it make sense to spend another, $50,000 if I'm only going to make an additional 100, right? So it's putting that specific rate of return, the best rate of return for the time and the budget that is necessary, that that the marketplace is going to respond to. So, looking at the cosmetic things, these are things that you absolutely have to do. A cosmetic package is pressure washing, painting, house cleaning, carpet cleaning, window cleaning, just making sure the house looks good, feels good, smells good. Like you take the carpet or the landscaping and, you mow the yard, you keep it watered, you put bark out there, you dress it, your walkways, for example, is it too narrow? Can you add paver stones to make it feel like it has more of a grand entrance? Are there, multiple steps to the home? Can you increase the curb appeal to the house by reducing the amount of steps and by cutting bushes back to make it feel better, right? There's all these things that you can do, but where do you put your money? Do you spend $25,000 or $50,000 on a kitchen remodel? Maybe, right? We have to look at the competition, in your price point. Is it $1 million? Is it $2 million? Is it $5 million? What is our competition? We can look at houses that are active. For an example, active is a good data point of what our competition is. Pending, we can really see what the market's doing. Sold, it's still a really good data point, but we want to analyze the marketplace and figure out what we need to do to compete in the price point that you're in, and we can design a plan to make sure that your house stands above. Worst case scenario, you want to be first, second, and third place. I mean, the best place to be is first, but not everybody can get there, and we have compassion to understanding, the limitations on time and money. But if you are limited on funds, that's okay. Steel Realty Group, we have designed listing packages to help sellers. We can front you some additional upfront money to take care of a cosmetic package, and we get reimbursed at the time of closing on a successful sale. But if your house needs $50 or $100 or $200,000, we can explore a partnership program with the equity partners and see, does it make sense? Is there enough value increase that can be done in the repairs that yields the highest amount and opportunities for everybody. So, we totally understand funds and what to do and not do. But when we look at your house, we're designing a plan that meets everybody's goals, but we know these are the items you start with. You don't start with a bathroom and a kitchen remodel, maybe, but typically no. There's so many things that come before that. Doing a pre-inspection on your property. A home pre-inspection is probably one of the most valuable tools to not just save you money, but to make you money. Look at it as your report card. Now, a home inspection typically is going to run around $400 or $500. A licensed home inspector comes out and they give us usually a 60, sometimes it's a 100-page report. Let's call it a report card on your home, and they list the things that have deficiencies or that are major items that need to be taken care of for safety reasons. Well, we can look at that report card and say, do we want to go from a C to a D? Do we want to go from a B to an A? And we can look at the report and we can figure out what items we want to address or we don't want to address, and we can formulate a budget tailored to accomplishing these. But this is what one of the big reasons for having the report is. It's a great seller disclosure form, right? So when someone's buying your house, at least they know what they're buying. Now, they have the right to do their own inspection, but a lot of times they don't, especially when it's in a competitive situation. But what happens if a buyer accepts your disclosure report, they potentially are going to write their offer without doing a home inspection. That's one less contingency. Imagine if you sell your house to a buyer, you go pending, they do their own inspection, and now they request $20,000 worth of stuff. And if you say no, the deal falls apart and you're back on the market and you're chasing your tail. So by properly disclosing the condition of the house, at least the buyer knows what they're getting into, and you can pre-negotiate this stuff, prior to entering, fully executing a contract with them. So I know we're talking about, funds and what to do, and I got a little bit of a tangent on the pre-inspection, but that's just a nugget there. Let's talk about the third one. The third issue that I see sellers struggling with is not having any renovation or trade experience, right? The risk of trying to do the work yourself, but not understanding the current design trends, for an example. It's like you're designing the house to sell for the current buyer. You want the buyer to walk through your house and envision themselves buying their new home and not your old home. And it's amazing how often design trends change. Wall colors, fixtures, gold is out most of the time, but you can work with brushed gold, and black is appropriate today, but you have to use accent the black hardware with the modern white. But if your house isn't a modern home, you want to there's a different palette. So understanding the design trend that's going to appeal to the marketplace that's looking to purchase your house is really important. But then another big one is estimating costs. Like, how much does it cost to do these repairs? Like look at flooring for an example. Do you need to do wood floors? Can you do luxury vinyl plank? Do you need new carpet? And how much does the material cost? What does labor cost? Which one do you do first? Like, if you're looking at luxury vinyl plank today, you can buy the product for anywhere between $2.50 a square feet all the way up to $3.50 a square foot. And labor to put it in, you can find contractors to install for $2.50 a square foot, and some contractors want $5 a square foot. If you're doing wood floors, like the wood product alone, on a budget, you can spend $8 a square foot. The installation price on that can sometimes go up to $9 and $10. So knowing what to do and where the best return is, like carpet, extremely cost efficient, but does it make sense to go with a harder surface because that's what the buyers are looking for today? And it might not be what you're looking for because the floors may feel cold, the house may have an echo, but that's okay. Home staging designs a house to have that beautiful feel to it, even if it is a hard surface. And some people today really prefer a hard surface, especially if there's pets in the house or kids. You can mop and clean the floors versus if it was carpet, it really can hold on to bacteria and dust and dirt, and it's a more of a maintenance product for them. If it's wood floors, they scratch, so there's a durability thing. But knowing not only just the trend of what to do, but knowing what it's going to cost to do, and then what order do you do it? Like if you are designing your house to sell and you need to paint the ceilings and you need to change the windows and you have to do new flooring and new baseboard, like look, if you're replacing the baseboard in your house, that is the perfect time to swap out the doors in the house. But do your doors need to be changed, right? Is it a 6-panel door, or is it a flat door? Is it a solid door? Is it a hollow door? Like what is it that our competition has? The buyers that are walking through your home, what is their level of expectation? There's a different level of finishing that goes into every house. There's a difference between a $500,000 property and $1 million and a $5 million. So knowing the right product to put in that's on a budget, but that is designed appropriately for that house. You can't overdo it and you can't underdo it. I remember a time, well, I won't go too deep in the story, but I remember a time when I put crown molding in. It's like 20 years ago, and I was flipping a house and I put crown molding in, and I put custom paint in there. And when the appraisal came back, it was far less than what I thought it was going to be. And I was like, wait a second. And that was a good lesson, because the home appraiser said, look, I mean, your house may look nicer than your neighbors, but you still have a square footage price, and your house may sell faster than ever. It's probably going to sell for close to the same price. And it's part of the lesson. But what I know today is your house is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. And if you can design your house properly, and it appeals to multiple buyers, like look, your house could be worth more than what the retail value is. You can get above market value, because today, if buyers fall in love with the house, they will pay above market value. Now, in that situation, you have to be very careful contractually that buyer is not playing games and just tying up your home to in a competitive situation to renegotiate later. We need to make sure that they have the funds beyond and above what the home is going to appraise for, because it's not uncommon to get an appraisal and then the sellers of the home are renegotiating with the buyers, compared to if you properly negotiate that contract ahead of time, you can secure the offer amount that was initially offered. All right, the fourth one that I want to talk about, and we briefly touched on it, is home staging. There's a lot of sellers out there today and real estate brokers that don't truly understand the value of home staging. Now, home staging is at a point where you can't even consider it optional. Like home staging is a necessity. It is so proven. And if your competition's doing it and you don't do it, what is it that the buyers are walking through your house thinking? What's wrong with your house, right? But it's not just, you want the buyers to walk through your house and be on the emotional side of the brain and not the logical side, because you want them to feel that this house is going to be theirs. You don't want them thinking, what is wrong? Who lives here? Why didn't they stage it? Is this a distressed sale, right? But staging does more than just alleviate concerns that buyer has. It creates an emotional feeling, and it helps buyers envision what it'd be like to live in that home. And if you can capture their imagination, you're halfway there. Purchasing a home is one of probably the biggest and most important decisions that home buyers are making. And you want them to feel their dream of what it is they've wanted, and home staging really helps do that. But I see sellers today, you walk through a house and it's like, man, they just wasted their money, whether it was the broker or the homeowner, and they just did a standard stage, or they did a partial stage, or they left their furniture in there and it just wasn't designed properly. Like, there's a huge difference between standard home staging and luxury home staging. Like, you can pay $1 per square foot. So if you had a 3,000 square foot house, it can cost you $3,000. If you're doing luxury staging, it's on average is going to cost you $2 a square foot. So a 3,000 square foot house would be about $6,000. But done right, it will cost you absolutely nothing. Home staging has been proven, article after article, that it can dramatically increase the value of your house. And there's statistics showing 5%. There's even statistics showing 20%. But how is it that there's such a big different range, right? It's done right. You can take home staging, and there's different levels of quality of furniture, and also like creating the emotional experience, creating the flow of the home. But it's not just the home staging. If you home stage a stinky house, well, you just shot yourself in the foot, right? So you really want to make sure you don't just you want to design every aspect. The more you can do, the better. But home staging is a huge value item that you can't afford not to do. I believe in home staging so much that 7 years ago, I started Intech Staging. And today we do over 500 houses a year. We have warehouses. We own the furniture. We have control of it. We don't, and that's one of the things too, is like, if you're going to stage your house, it comes down to like occupancy. Are you going to be will you be living in that house? And will that reduce your options of home stagers? Like, how many home stagers are going to put their beautiful furniture in your house if you're currently living in there? Not too many. So you definitely need to explore occupancy, but we can get into, there's a whole chapter on that in our book, How to Sell Your Home for More. So read that. It is so important. Like, occupancy status can be a huge 5, even 10%, depending on your living situation, but it does make a difference. So home staging, look into it, but do it right. Don't try to cut corners. Here at Steel Realty Group, we own the company, but we also have listing packages where we charge you absolutely nothing for it. Like, our 3% listing includes the home staging. So, we know it adds value. If we put home staging in your house and it increases the value of your house by greater than 5% and our commission's 3%, how much did it cost for you to hire us? Absolutely nothing. But 3%? No, I want to increase the value greater than 3, 4, 5, and 10%. But the question is, can we? And that's something that we need to get to know each other, the circumstances, and we can design a plan and align some goals to make that happen. I know we said we're going to talk about 4, but we have a bonus. The 5th one is no access to vetted partners, and like means stagers, painters, contractors, and suppliers. There's so much money that can evaporate, if it's not done right. Like, your painter, are they charging you $2 a square foot? Or are they charging you $6 a square foot? Are you buying paint for $25 a gallon, or are you paying $75 a gallon? Like, knowing the materials and the contractors and the quality of work. When you're hiring a contractor, what is their schedule? What is their contract? How much money are they wanting up front? Are they licensed, bonded, insured? How much money? If they're asking you for 50% deposit, on a job, well, how much is their bond? If their bond is $6,000, then, technically they can only collect a $6,000 deposit, because if they take off of your money, your insurance is to go to their bond company, they'll reimburse you and they'll chase them, right? So understanding who to hire, people that you can trust, but the ones that have proven success. Like, you don't just want to hire any contractor. You want to know, what is their reputation, and what is their cost, and, looking at reviews and just having that proven success. And that's what we've done here at Steel Realty Group, is like, we've built our team. Now, if you have contractors that you would like to use and you want us to vet them and manage them, we can offer you, we can definitely do that for you, but we have our team, we have our systems, we know our products. Like, if you're looking to do flooring, whether it's carpet or wood or LVP, can we get that at wholesale, right? It's knowing how much to spend and how can we make every dollar stretch so we can increase the value and put more money in your pocket. So that's the last I wanted to say on that. And then we're going to hop into the next thing. So we've talked about the common problems that sellers are facing in today's market. We've talked about some of the things that sellers don't know. So I want to say this. we can't solve the problems with the same thinking we use to create those problems. So now I'm going to talk about how the Steel Realty Blueprint can solve these problems, right? To put a roadmap and have a blueprint that we know that we're on track for success. It's like an airplane, right? Does the airplane have a destination where it's going to? Yes. Is it on track? Well, it depends. Let's define what makes Steel Realty Group so unique. We're not just a one product company. We're not just your average listing broker. We are a listing business. We design houses to sell for more. Our listing system is tailored to help our sellers save money, make money, and design their house to sell for the most possible amount of money compared to their circumstances. We are flexible with our listing packages. We have 2%, 3%, and 4% listing packages. Now, these are designed and tailored to meet your goals and your budgets. We own the marketing company. Like, we offer national and international marketing. Take a look at our YouTube channel. Watch the videos that we have on our home, but also look at the views. Like, you'll see 5, 10, and 20,000 views on a listing video. Like, the average listing video on a home gets what, 5 views? You're the seller and their friends. I mean, so proper exposure done right, you can put your house in front of double the amount of traffic. And if we can get double the amount of traffic through your home, the odds of getting multiple people interested increases your odds of getting greater than market value for your home. So we have listing packages that include our home staging with no upfront out-of-pocket expense. Like, that's huge. Most of the time when you're selling your house, a year 3 to 5 and sometimes even $15,000 out of pocket. Hey, there's a Medina house that we did that was a $55,000 staging package, but we covered the cost of that because that's what we do. Like, we figure out how can we add value? How can we create a business relationship, whether it's on our 2%, 3%, 4%, whether it's on a cash instant offer for you, or if it's one of our equity partner programs. We are flexible. We want to understand what your needs and goals are, and we want to design a plan, to work together if our goals are in alignment. So one of the most important things is we have a proven success of helping our clients achieve their goals. I've been doing this for 20 years. When it comes to construction, I've personally built 9 houses. I've flipped over 20 houses. I've been involved in thousands of home transactions. Like, I do this. I love this. I live this. So I've designed a system where I work with clients to figure out how we can achieve their goals, and we see what's realistic, and we put a blueprint in front of us to increase all of our chances of winning. But, having the proven success is so important. So, and here at Steel Realty Group, we own Intex Staging, and we're a licensed bonded general contractor, so we can legally do and manage these listing preparation services. We're not just referring people to you. Like, we have those services, we can refer people to you, but like, we can do everything for you. So if you want to handle it yourself, more power to you. If you want us to do everything, we would love to, but it's just figuring out what it is that's best for everybody. So let's talk about our additional selling options. If you're in a situation where you need to sell your house in 1 day or 1 week and you need a cash offer, reach out to us. We have instant cash offers, but I will tell you, they're usually 10 to sometimes 17% under market value. There could be additional options. No, there usually are additional options that you can get more for your house, even if you need to sell your house in a day. And another product that I wanted to talk about is our equity partners. If your home needs a significant investment and there's the opportunity to increase the value, by $100,000 or even $500,000, let's have this conversation, but your home has to be vacant. This is not a product for personal residence. It's an investment product. So you cannot be living in the home. We're going to design a plan and we're going to handle the whole entire process, but we can give you a guaranteed sale price. So whatever the current value of your home is, we can guarantee that amount, but then we can look at how much we can increase the value. And Steel Realty Group and Intex Staging can get reimbursed the remodel costs through the sale of the property. And we do a sharing program with the funds that are beyond and above the guaranteed sale price and the investment of remodel. It's an amazing product. I've never seen anybody else out there doing it. It does take a tremendous amount of work, experience, and team. But here at Steel Realty Group and Intex Staging, like, we have the team, we have the systems, we have the success. Now the question is, are we in a good alignment? Now, to find that out, There's a contact form below. Go ahead and fill it out. Let us know who you are, what your circumstances are, what your goals are, and I will personally read them. I will personally reach out, and we'll schedule a private consultation on the phone, and we'll talk about working together, and we'll see if it's a good fit. And if it is, we'll start designing your home to sell for more. Now, I want to talk about one more success story. Hopefully it's one more. I might talk about two, but a client of mine, Ed had a condo in downtown Bellevue. And Ed used to be a real estate professional. So he went onto Google and he searched for Bellevue's top real estate broker, and he reached out to us and, let us know what his goals were and his circumstances. He was retiring, and he wanted to move to Portland to be closer to family. So we helped him find a retirement home. We designed a plan with Ed to sell his luxury downtown Bellevue condo with views. The plan that we designed with Ed is we helped him relocate. We helped with the estate sale and the packing. We managed the movers. We did a pre-inspection on the home, and we went through the pre-inspection and we designed a plan to make sure we took care of all the items that needed to be taken care of to make sure that the buyer that was buying the house knew what they were getting into. And, we did the home staging, like watch the video. When I talked about the 5 most recent ones that we posted, that's one of them. And you can see how beautiful Ed's house turned out. And you can look at the video, like 14,000 views. Like when we did a mega open house, we had multiple people, holding signs, opening doors, handing out flyers. We had over 60 people come through the open house, and we sold Ed's condo for $2.2 million within the first week on the market. It was an amazing. There was 3 other units on the market in his building that had been on for more than 90 days, and they did not sell. So why is it that Ed's unit sold for a record number in a record time? Because we designed it. We put a plan together, and we met his goals, and we created a successful environment. So that's a little bit of story there, but watch the video, see it for yourself. One last story I want to tell you. I want to share a story about one of our successful Redmond listings. Doug and Christine were amazing to work with. They had owned this home for over 20 years. It was originally valued at around $800,000, maybe $850,000 in the as-is current condition. So we designed a plan like this house. We could have easily have put $150,000 in the home, and we could have done as little as $5,000, but $25,000 was a great number. But after analyzing it, we just found the sweet spot was $55,000. So we designed a listing preparation plan to scrape the popcorn ceilings, to put new flooring, in the house, to change the paint colors, to change the fixtures in the house, and do a little bit of remodels in the bathroom, but not a deep remodel. And we finished this project in 30 days, on budget, on time, and we put Doug and Christine's house on the market, and it sold before the offer review date. And this is in today's market. It sold in 3 days for above asking price because somebody wanted the house, and they offered us $1.2 million. So at closing, escrow reimbursed us our $55,000. You can see that one of the videos, this is one of the 5 videos that you'll be able to see, but this video, we have an in-depth, the one that you're going to, that's in our library, I think is like 2 minutes long, but we have a 15-minute video of, we time-lapse the process, like how long it took us, the contractors that are there, the colors that we picked. We literally designed this house to sell, and we were able to help Doug and Christine put hundreds of thousands of dollars in their pocket, and we made an amazing client and relationship and success story. So that's a little bit about Doug and Christine. My goal for sharing this is so that you see that here at Steele Realty Group, we don't just say what we do. We want our results to speak for us. Like, take a look at this clip here, and I'll let the results speak for themselves. Like this house, Doug and Christine's house, we sold for $1.2 million in 3 days. The flip that I purchased sold for $1.3 million in 5 days. Greg's house sold for $1 million. The Ed's Bellevue house sold for $2.5 million. And then the Woodinville house at $1.8 million. And all these in record-breaking numbers and times. And, we want to do everything we can to put ourselves out there so that we are who we say we are, and to help build that trust. But any information you need to know, our goal is to put ourselves out there so we can decide if working together is right for both of us. So let me ask you this one last question. Does any of this information excite you? Well, if it does, the Steele Realty Blueprint may be for you. I would like to offer you the opportunity to see if we can design your house to sell for above market value. Down in the description below, you can fill out your contact information, tell me who you are, what your goals are, and how we can best help you. I will personally read those myself. I will schedule a time where we can have a one-on-one private conversation on the phone or a Zoom meeting. And with that said, I want to say this. I truly believe if you're willing to do more, we can help you get more. I do have one true limitation: the amount of time and resources that it takes for every listing to properly prepare them, design them, prepare them, and sell them. We are limited. We can only do one listing per week. With the Equity Partners program, we can only do one per month. So if you're thinking of selling in the next week and the next month or even the next year, fill out your information below and let's find out if we are a good fit. I would love to understand who you are, if we can help. And I thank you so much for your time. I hope this information was valuable, and I look forward to you hopefully being our next success story here at Steel Realty Group and Intech Staging, and our whole team looks forward to serving you. With that said, make it a great one. Let me know if we can do anything for you. Take care. Wait, one more thing. You will automatically receive a digital copy of our book, How to Sell Your Home for More, and you'll have access to our video library as promised by filling out your contact information below. If you're not interested in having a consultation with me, that's okay. You don't need to share who you are, what you're looking for in your goals. Just put your contact information and maybe in the notes put like freebie, and we'll make sure you get that information. If you do fill out the additional information because you do want to have a consultation, a conversation with me, I look forward to chatting with you. All right, take care. Bye-bye.